All right, guys, what is going on? What up, man? Man, this royalty free shit is garbage. This shit is awful. Oh man, that was such bad intro music, dude. That was dog shit. It's supposed to be all like cool. It was like slow jazz. The fuck is that? I'm about to fall back asleep. Sorry about that. But anyway, it's been a good day so far. It's been a good week so far. Hopefully you guys think the same. And if not, maybe I can change that. You're gonna learn something today. You're gonna learn something today, dude. So hopefully we get more people on here. I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, we're public. Okay, cool. I don't know where everybody's at. I don't know where everybody is at. They don't want to learn some shit. Guarantee. There was probably nobody more accurate than I was today. And I don't like saying shit like that. But did you even see what the fuck we did today, dude? And I like, that's the thing. Like, I want people to come on here, you know? But hey, fuck. I mean, if you missed out, dude, that ain't on me. You know what I mean? That is not on me. But I don't want to make this seem like a bragging session, but it might come off that way. Because there's a lot of things that I said in the Discord. There's a couple things I said on Twitter. And, you know, it's going to be one of those, look what I told you. Look what I told you. Look what I told you, right? And that's not to be like, you know, showboating and stuff like that. But it's to tell you, like, look, bro, we went over this. I told you this. And then later this panned out, you know? So, once you finally blow up, we'll miss the days when the community was small and tight knit. I pray you have massive growth despite that, though. No, I appreciate that. We're back at like 159 members, I think. So we're about 10 off of all-time highs. We had quite a few join recently, the last couple of days or so, which is cool. It's always nice to see new people. And speaking of new people, I do want to give you guys, I guess, some insight. So, because I'm going to say some things on here that I really want a friend of mine to understand. So he's coming back into the trading space. He wants, you know, to get more insight, and I can try to keep things simple, but you already know things are not simple. Okay. If you want to be elite level precision, like with what I try to do on every trade, it's not every trade though, but on days like today where, you know, I'm calling trades in advance and shit, I want to be able to help get you to that level, but it is hard. Okay, it's difficult, and I can simplify it some, but not all. Okay. Who? Oh fuck! I don't have Discord up. Was that Flacco earlier, or was that somebody else that was asking about? Oh no, that was AK Snipes. Is AK in the chat? Are they in the live chat? Will the real AK Snipes please stand up? Because I told you to go mark up something up and you haven't done it. I'm trying to see what's going on before I do it for you. So we'll give that a second. Let me do the intro real quick. What's good, Felix? Felix was first today. What's good, Naruto, Willow, Beverly, Ibranith, Robberg, Ricky. Ricky's probably watching in Top Step too. Probably got me in one ear and Top Step in the other ear. So we'll see. What's good, Nikki, Eli, Convicted Capitalist, Natasha. Natasha's a green sniper now. Nice. What's good, Marshall, George, Shay Millie. Oh, there. Thanks, Felix. Yeah, I appreciate that. That is for DJI. I need you to do that for the Dow futures. You silly goose. YMU. YMU. Okay. What I told you to do, as I said, okay. Look what we're close to. All-time highs, right? We did get all-time highs for DJI. We did get that. I told you to look at the future side. Okay. So what's over here? Highs. We have this high from July 31st, and then we have up here. But there was a very specific exercise I told you to do. Do you remember what it was? Was it the daily or was it the weekly? Shit, now I don't remember. Let me double check the Discord real quick. Yeah, that was right here. Or was that for something else? Man, I hope I didn't fuck that up. Anyway, let's get into it. Because I could have sworn I did that correctly. Unless I'm just being a silly goose. There's the high of July 31st. Unless TradingView did that shit where they change it. I hope they didn't do that. It was the... Let me check this one more time. Let me just double check. Yeah. All right. Something is off here. I might have to go to my screenshots. But anyway, I told you to take a horizontal ray from the close of July 17th, which is here. I'll just make it blue. And the open of July 18th, which is here. That doesn't seem right, though. Something is off about that. Because that was right in here. I didn't screenshot that. Oh. Well, there was a gap up here. There was a gap up here, and that was traded into. All right. Well, scratch that fucking idea then. Scratch that idea. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck? Am I doing something wrong or am I just retarded? Because Felix, you did it right in the image that you just posted. But what is that from? Because why is that not on here anymore? Because this was different earlier today. Unless I'm, because that wasn't, yeah, that was specifically for Dow. Something was very different here. Anyway, let me just move on because I'm spending too much time on this bullshit. I'll figure that shit out later. In any case, there was an old like gap on the daily. I don't think it was regular, was it? Nah, it wasn't that either. All right, anyway, I'm going to move on. Fuck it, we'll just do the July 31st high then. Unless Felix, you want to post a chart in the Discord. I'll just roll with that, but this is still bullshit. 41,500. Okay, he's right up there. All right. So when price is getting ready to do that, because there's some levels up here. Okay. What I told a friend of mine earlier, who is getting into trading, right? And I'm assuming, and he'll text me and let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming he wants to start looking for setups, right? Like either to buy or to sell or whatever. And I told him to go back to that video, right? See, why is y'all's different from mine, dude? I can't fucking understand that. Why is y'all's that way? Or did I, oh, that's right, the settlement. Why the fuck is that changed? Okay. That's what you were saying, Felix. Okay. There we go. Man, I am... All right, scratch the last 10 minutes of me being fucking stupid. Now I guess I unchecked that on accident. That was my fault. Now we can do it. July 17th and the open of the 18th. You see how easy it is to miss some shit? Okay. See that gap? What's your open, high, low, close? Look at it. Open, low, high, close. Right? We opened. Look at the body. This is a down close candle. Where did it open? Okay. Right there. You see that? Now you go to a 1 minute. Sheesh. That's some shit right there. That is some shit. Love it. Okay, glad we got that knocked out. That was bothering the absolute fuck out of me. Okay, now that we're back on track. Buddy of mine wants to get into trading and he wants to look for setups. So I told him to go back into the free course I just did the last couple of days, right? There's like 5 or 6 videos, and one of them is the technical analysis video. I think it's episode 5 or 6. And later on in that video, I displayed the few different, there's like, it does this. There's the screen, and then it divides into 6. And I pointed out, I think, low resistant highs, equal highs. Whoops, that's supposed to be equal. And then high resistant highs. And on the bottom, I marked out low resistant lows, equal lows, and then high resistant lows, right? Something like that. I know it looks like shit. I'm just doing it fast. But I told him to go back over there, and I said the low resistant highs and the equal highs and the low resistant lows and the equal lows, there's only 4 of them. Those are my targets. That's what I'm looking for. So when you go into your chart on the daily, I told him just to stick to the 1 hour, 15, 5 minute, and 1 minute. Okay. I'm not putting them on that 3 minute bullshit or that fucking 12-hour bullshit or none of that. So when he goes into the charts, and I hope he watches this in the recording too. This is for him. Okay. We don't really have lows there. There's some small lows here, like right there. Nothing too crazy. And every time I mark up levels of liquidity, I do it in a pink line. Just because it's a gray background and pink really stands out, that's what I'm doing. Okay. So that's liquidity, right? If we move lower, and don't be afraid to warp the chart, all right, there's our equities open right here at 8:30, and we launched higher. But look what we left behind here. Okay, there's kind of this cluster of lows here. And then look even lower. There's a bunch of lows down here. See that? And I'll just go out to a 5 minute time frame so we can see what that looks like. Okay. And there's even some more lows down here. You see that? So is everybody on the same page here? 41,230, 41,270, 314, and then even 418. These are all lows. Do you guys understand that? All of them are lows. These are equal lows / low resistant lows. So are those. So are those. And so are those. Okay. Now, if you think back to when I was speaking to Natasha, because she asked that question about targets, like why I would get out at this target and not that one. And I don't remember what the specific question was, but I do remember the answer. And it's real simple. If you think about it, you've got the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. Okay. Now, this is going to be very elementary, and you don't probably have to write this down, but think about it. Price will not get to where? The second one without first getting to the first one, right? Well, yeah, no shit, John. It's not going to go to this one without going to this one first, right? Yeah, no shit, John. So what is the easiest one? The higher one. If you're looking for shorts, the easiest target's going to be the higher one, because it's the least amount of movement that price has to get to. Does that make sense? It's the easiest it can get to. Now, what's higher probability besides that one? Okay, is going to be these down here, 41,314. Okay, why that one? Because that's why I pointed out equities to you. Because there's your stock exchange open. So our stock exchange opened, and we had like maybe one tick lower, and it launched higher. Dow was the strongest index today. It still is. You see the Nasdaq's red, ES is barely red, and Dow is green. Okay. So we saw Nasdaq go lower. We saw ES go lower. We saw Dow go higher. This was all mentioned in the Discord before equities even opened. I said, I think so. I said ES and NQ have highs, but Dow has lows. I'm watching for now. Right? It's in the Discord. I didn't delete it. I didn't edit it. It's in there. Okay. It's like it's 7:40 something. I got up early today. I slept pretty good. Okay. Dow is higher, right? Now let's go down to the 1 minute chart. Actually, let me take off some of these things. All the eyeballs and stuff like that. I'm going to keep equities on though. Okay. So let's go back to right here. Okay. Right there. So right at this particular point, what do you notice? And we're going to add NQ. And we're going to add ES. Now, what we're going to also do is dumb this down because those are very bright. And we don't want it too distracting. We'll do 20% opacity for both. Colors matter not. As long as you know they're both there, kind of chilling in the background. Okay. This might look confusing at first, especially if you've never seen relative strength before. You might look at this and go, what the fuck is going on? Focus on the Dow. Okay. Focus on the Dow. Remember this gap up here. And to my friend who's watching the recording, you got to label things. So what I would do is label the gap, right? And you could put the date on there too. What was it, July 17th or something? I think it was like from the 17th to the 18th. So if you want to do that, you can. It doesn't really... It matters, but as long as you know that that's a daily gap up there. Okay. You see that? So 41,497 and 41,538. Okay. So right about here. What has the Dow done? Look at the candlesticks here. The white and dark gray candlesticks. What have they done? Higher, higher, right? We've made higher highs and some higher lows. And we'll mark this with a thick black line so that way you understand this is what the Dow has done. What's the focus? What's the trend, right? The trend is your friend until the end, right? I don't look at trends, but, you know, it's to say everybody, you know, thinks that what? If the trend continues, we can long this market. Now, don't look at Dow. Now look at the other indices. Look at the pink and purple lines here. What have they done? Lower. Both of them lower. Okay? So when one of them, actually we can label this blue. So we understand that Dow is higher and the other two indices are lower. Okay? So Dow has been what's called an outlier. You can look up the definition for outlier if you want. It's doing something that is literally opposite to the other two. ES is lower, which is the S&P. NQ, which is the Nasdaq, is lower as well. The Dow Jones is higher, and where is it at? The gap. It's at that gap from July 17th's close to July 18th's open. Okay? Now, let's say you missed that, because one of you asked if you missed anything, and I told you, yeah, go look at it. And that's what you missed, this gap up here. Right? How did we get there, though? Remember what we left behind. 1 low. 2 lows, 3 lows. 4 lows. Right? And I showed you something like this last week. Low resistant lows, low resistant lows, low resistant lows, low resistant lows. What are the highs here? 1 high, 2 high, 3 highs. Oh, there's that 1, 2, 3 formation again. Right? I show you that every fucking week. Every week. There's a doo-doo-doo. Right? There's a little whoop-de-whoop right here. Okay? The 1, 2, 3 formation, right? So if we look at the highs for a second, right? Go back to that video, go back to the image or the notes that you took. When the high on the right is lower, that's low resistant highs. When the high on the right is higher, that's high resistant highs, right? Look at this high right here and that high right there. Is that low resistant highs? No. That's high resistant highs. So guess what? If we have high resistant highs and this market has gone opposed to its peers, ES lower and Q lower, Dow higher, and we've got all these remaining lows open, is that going to be sustainable? No. It's not going to be sustainable. So now if we got to clean this up a bit because we're getting real messy, but that's okay. And I'm speaking to my friend here in the recording, obviously, because he's not here, but he's going to be watching this and I'm going to be talking to him. We're going to take all this off now because we're getting messy, but your charts can be messy. You can make them as messy as you want. Okay. I've been doing this a long time. I need to keep them clean because I got to focus on shit and I can't have too much shit everywhere. But this is clean enough. Okay. High resistant highs, low resistant lows, so on and so forth. Okay. Go back into that video. I don't know how many times I want to fucking say that. Go back into the video and remember the introduction to imbalance. Do you remember that? What was the imbalance introduction? It was only 3 candles, right? It was 3 candles like this. They were all like gray candles. I'm not going to change the color because I'm trying to have some speed here because this is a live stream. Remember, I told you it was what? That candle's low. The wick. This is just a drawing because, again, I'm trying to save some time here. And remember, if we were bearish, the market would trade into this. And I told you what? I could look for shorts at the imbalance, right? So what do you notice right here? Right in those 3 down candles right here. Does that not look just like the image in that video? Yeah. Right. So there it is right there. Remember, it's this candle's low. That's the high end of it. And then this candle's high. That's the low end of it. Remember? 3 candle formation. 3 candle formation. This candle's high. It's right here. This candle's low. Right? That's right here. That right there is the short. What did the market do after that? Fucking ripped. Look at that. Look at the precision on that. Look how fucking elite that is. Spends a couple of minutes there. Couple of minutes. Long enough to... I was going to say something inappropriate, but I'm going to just move on. I forgot I'm not in the workplace anymore. Okay, we spend a little bit of time there. Drops off, retracement. There's your first set of lows. Well, here. There's your first set of lows. But remember, I told you these were high probability as well because that's right near the equities open. What to do? Sinks for that. Okay, remember these levels down here? Let me just zoom out. Remember these levels here and these levels down here? It hits the first set, hits the second set, and then even hits that third set a couple times. Right? So that was it. That was the play right there. Shorting this or a little bit later and writing it down. See either equities open low. That could have been it right there. I would have told you probably this one and then leave a contract on in case we go all the way down here, which we haven't done. We might. The equities market is a two session ordeal. There's going to be the AM session There's going to be lunch really from 11 to 12, the way that I look at it. And then the PM session is from when I start streaming until the close, which is 3 p.m. So we still have 2.5 hours left on the day. So we still could get down here, but you don't need all that. You don't need the entire move. From this imbalance down to that new low, that could have been fine. About 50, 60 points, not bad. But from like 480, it's an 80 level, by the way. To all my students out there, it's an 80 level. Down to here, it's a 300, that's a 0 level, right? So it's about 180 points on that. That's not bad. That could have been your whole week right there. That could have been your entire week right there in like an hour and a half. That's what that looks like. Okay. So now if we just go back and we just mark up a clean chart, you know, naked chart. One thing I told Natasha, and one thing I'm going to tell you is, you know, if you're studying price, go in, and that's why I'm telling you to back test. That's what I'm telling you to study, is all of the lows, because that's where the market goes to. There's a lot more to it than that. Don't think, you know, because you understand, or you think you understand like what liquidity is, that you're going to come in here and start, you know, passing all the challenges and raping the markets. There's a lot more to this, but this is very, very simple. It's the most simple that I can make it as far as a beginner trader. Understanding low resistant lows as targets and high resistant highs as like stop losses, for example, or the high has been set and then I want to get in somewhere on the way down, like an imbalance, for an example. I didn't put this in the beginner video, but since you're watching this, and I want to make sure you get some sauce, okay? I didn't put this in the beginner videos because it's not some beginner shit, but you know what? Imbalances aren't just like one-time uses, okay? They're not like those old school fucking bubble gums that lasted like 5 seconds and you spit it out. No, no, no. Imbalances, okay? This was an imbalance that was created on the way up, but then it was broken here. It was completely disrespected, right? And it was no longer bullish, but you know what it did become? It became bearish. So this, and again, it's like I'm speaking to my friend here. This, if it's not bullish and it becomes bearish, this is called an inversion. Okay? It's called an inverted imbalance. And I've been telling my students, there's like 40 of you on here, okay? I've been telling you fuckers to start looking at the imbalance prior to the liquidity run. For weeks, maybe even months at this point, I've been telling you to study that. My students have been looking for things like this. And you know what? Some of them have been knocking shit out the park, because look where you're shorting that market at. Look where you're shorting. You're not getting the high of the day. You don't need that. But you're getting close to the high of the day, and that's good enough. Okay? And I will come out and say, this is enough to pass a funded challenge. It is. That's enough. You can literally pass a funded challenge by doing this. Aiming for low resistant lows, or equal lows, or low resistant highs, or equal highs. That's where the market's going. Where the market's typically not going, the high resistant highs. That's why, and for your studies, if we were to short the imbalance, oh, that's what I forgot to add too. Sorry. Well, let me do one more thing. Sorry. I forgot to add this, my bad. The imbalance that was created on the way lower, and that was what I pointed out earlier to you before the inversion. I want you to put this in your notes, because we're going to reference this way later, probably in 2025. I'm going to tell you, remember that fucking video I did? I'm going to say it all the time. But I'm going to say, remember we overlapped the inversion with this is that, okay? This imbalance that was created on the way lower overlaps with the inversion here, okay? Now, you want to know some shit? You want to learn some shit? Look at all the bodies in here. the bodies aren't just respecting the imbalance here or the inversion, okay? They're respecting both. And there's a small area, and you don't have to be this precise just yet, okay? Especially if you're brand new to trading. I'm not going to try and say, man, you got to fucking be Hercules right off the rip. No. But I'm telling you what you can be. I'm showing you what's fucking possible. And that small area right here where they overlap, that's prime for shorts. It's okay to take drawdown. Shit, if there's anyone that needs to understand that, it's me, because I try to be too precise sometimes. But that small area right there is primed for shorts because the market has already shown you it's tried to go higher many, many times, in which it has. But then all of a sudden at 9:38, it creates an imbalance. Okay? And that imbalance, I'm going to do this on the way. Okay? You can use the arrow if you want to. I don't think I've shown this before. But I always talk about this. I always say there's an imbalance that forms where? On the way to liquidity. That imbalance right lower is pointing. Okay? It's kind of like one of those, y'all ever been in a traffic jam or the lights out or some shit and there's a cop or somebody out there with a fucking reflective vest on, and so they're saying, oh, you can come on, or hey, you can stop and let these other people go, kind of thing. That's exactly what this is. There's a guy out there who's saying, hey, look, we've been higher 3 times. We're also at a previous gap from forever ago, July 17th or whatever it was, and that 50 level. And now this is the first imbalance that was created on the way down here. That's your sign. He's saying, come on, buddy, go ahead. I'll allow you to go lower now. This whole time they're saying, wait, nope, we're not done yet. Nope, we're not done yet. Nope, we're not done yet. Once this imbalance forms right here and that inversion is disrespected, that's your sign saying, all right, buddy, I made you wait a long time. It's been an hour and some change, right? Equities from 8:30 to 9:40. I made you wait an hour at the stoplight. Now it's your turn. Now shorts are permissible, right? Well, damn, man, now I'm running late for work, bro. I'm running late for work. I got to speed and get there. That's exactly what the market does to go lower. That's exactly what it does. Is there large up candles and small down candles? Or is it large down candles and small up candles? Large down candles, small up candles, all the way down here. To go for what? Take your lines. If you want to use a horizontal ray, that was in a video. Remember one of the TradingView walkthrough video, I told you I used the horizontal ray? Yeah, it's in the video. You can use that too. So that way, when you move the chart, no matter how far you move it, that line will be there, right? And that's exactly how markets work. Again, there's a lot more to it than this. There's a lot more to it than this. But this is how they work. They're going to leave liquidity open to come back for later. Okay? It's kind of like that lunch box you take to work, right? Like you make a sandwich, or maybe your girl makes you a sandwich, and then you get to your job and then you put it in the refrigerator, right? And you hope to God nobody takes your shit. And then when lunchtime comes around, you're going to come back to that sandwich, right? That's what price does. It's leaving lows open and it's rallying higher because that's going to entice buyers. Traders are going to want to buy it. They're going to want to buy it. They're going to want to buy it. They're going to want to buy it. Oh, look at these. Look at this demand zone. And that demand zone gets absolutely massacred. Okay? Because the market is not there for you. The market is not designed to make you money. The market is designed to take your money. And when you know that, you get in alignment with that, and that's how you do the shit that I do. That's how you go onto Twitter and say, I think the Dow's going to go lower, and it fucking rocks lower. And it fucking rocks lower. It hammers lower. Fucking Thor's hammer in this bitch. Right? That's how you do that. It has to get in sync with the other indices. I mean, it doesn't have to, but that was the thought process. And I said that, openly said that this morning. I tweeted right at, let me see. I had tweeted that right in here, like 924, 925, 926. I tweeted that right in here. Okay. Then we rallied, right? But that was all part of it. That was all part of it. Here's the first one. And this was at 9:30. I screenshotted and I'm saying price is going to rally a little bit more. Why would it do that? Man, John, that doesn't make sense. There's fucking 3 highs right here. Why would it rally even more? Because look at the levels here. I just drew it out like with a brush tool, but this is like right around 520 to 540. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? It's gone higher so much. You think it's going to keep going higher? And that's why I opened up with, there's this gap up here. Where's that at? Right around 500 to 538. Okay. That's why that's there. So when we go back, 538, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm saying, hey, it could go higher before it rips ass. And then guess what? It does rally. It doesn't go to where I drew it, but it goes up a little bit more. And then it damn near follows my line to the T. And I didn't even try to do that, by the way. God's honest truth, I did not try to do this. I didn't think it was just going to dump, rally a little bit, dump, rally a little bit, dump, rally a little bit, dump. It almost follows my line on every retracement. And that honestly is scary. But I didn't try to do that on purpose. I just was trying to give a direction saying I think it's going to shit, in which it does. But look at that right there. 924, I circled a candle. Because this is like my kind of notes. Remember earlier, I sent you a voice message and I said you need to start taking screenshots of the charts, the before and the after. This is what I mean by that. The before, I just showed you, that was my line. I'm saying, yeah, it's going to rally a little bit and then it's going to shit the bed. But I had tweeted that a little bit beforehand. And I said, hey, wondering, I meant to say if, okay? And I'm not a market maker, Willow. As funny as that would be, I'm not. I wish I was. I meant to say if, but I typed up too fast. And it doesn't mess up anything. Wondering if Dow catches up to go lower with other indices, right? So this was not a, it could be bearish, it could be bullish, who knows? No. Anybody and their mom could say it could go higher, it could go lower. Well, no shit. No shit. I'm saying lower. It's right there. Right at 924. I'm saying I think it's going to go lower. Not higher, lower. Because why? Catching up with the other indices. And I did that weird face. I just threw on an emoji. Wondering if it's going to go lower to catch up with the other indices. Okay? And that's exactly what she did. That's exactly what she did. Because why? All the reasons I just told you. Dow was higher, the other indices were lower. Dow's trading into that daily gap up here. It created high resistant highs with low resistant lows that is opposing. Now, I've taught thousands of students all over the globe. I've gone through this for like 10 years. I've cut my teeth so many times, okay? That's the only reason I'm good at this now is because I used to be ass water. I don't know what questions you might have based on your development, the time, experience, and everything that you learned. You might even have more questions for me now. You might think, what if we didn't have the lows? Okay, because this will probably happen. You're gonna pull up to a chart one day, and you're gonna see that there's no lows like this, and there's no low resistant highs. Okay, And so today you might think, all right, John, well, this is badass. Is that going to happen every day? I don't trade like this every single day. 1 or 2 good trades a week is all you need. Okay. But you might think, well, John, what happens if there isn't low resistant lows? Like, what if I pull up to a chart and I see that there's a wick right here? You know, what do I do then? I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't take the short. And I wouldn't target that low. Because if it's not low resistant lows, I might not like it. Or let's say that wick is there. Would I hold it for that low? No. I probably could have shorted, but I probably would have got out right here. I probably would have just taken a scalp, like a very small move, and I wouldn't have captured the rest of it. So you're going to have days like that too. Okay? So if you pull up to a chart and you don't know what's going on, or there's things that you look for. Oh, wow. Look what Dow's going for. Oh, man. At the beginning of the stream, John was like, we might go down to those lows. And look at where the fuck we're at. Look where we're at, chat. Come on. This is live price, baby. This is not hindsight. If you're watching this in the recording, obviously this is hindsight. But for the live viewers, this is live price, dog. It's $12.49, almost $12.50. Right? And we were saying, yeah, these lows are still open. We might get that because there's multiple sessions. There's the AM, there's lunch, and then there's the PM. We still got 2.5 hours left. And where are we at? We're fucking lower than where we started. This is how markets work, brother. They go from, this isn't technically liquidity. This is more of a gap. But the markets go from liquidity to liquidity. Okay? There's going to be liquidity above these short-term highs because traders are trying to short on the way up. There is ways to do that. But once everybody gets stopped out, then the market goes in the opposing direction. Right? Why does that occur? Because remember, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be a retail trader. The markets aren't even supposed to be available for you. In the 70s and 80s, they weren't. You had to have at least like $25,000. You had to, probably like fax your fucking trade orders. You try to buy on Monday, you get filled on fucking Tuesday. It wasn't that bad, but they didn't have like 1 minute charts like we have now. Okay. You're not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. None of us are. But this is how the markets are controlled. It's a rigged game, just like the carnival. Okay. I don't know when the last time you went to a carnival. Okay. But those 3 little bottles, right? Or those 5 little bottles. And you launch that baseball at the bottles thinking, yeah, I'm going to knock them over. And a lot of people don't know that one of them has a bunch of sand in it. One of them's super heavy, so it's not going to fall over. And you're like, oh, what the fuck? Because it's a rigged game. Or you try to go play on the pool table and the fucking ball does weird shit because something's on the inside of the ball, or the table is lopsided. They got lumps and shit all on the table. So it's rigged. Okay. This whole fucking thing is rigged too. The stock market is rigged. Price, it's coded to do certain things. Like, for example, the imbalance. Right here, this right here, the market is coded to do that. This function right there. Okay? That's what I believe. I believe that an algorithm is taking price and jamming it lower and just repricing it lower. And it's the same thing going on right now. Look at that. See that low right there? See that? See how we just spiked right into that? Like I told you like 30 fucking minutes ago? Because there's liquidity sitting here. Right? Oh, this is a demand zone. This is a demand zone. Man, price is going to come back in here and it's going to rally. Let's put our stop loss below the lows. That's why it goes lower. That's why it goes lower. It moves liquidity to liquidity. And I know I make it look like I control these prices, but I don't. Bro, I promise. I promise on everything I love. I'm just the guy. I'm just a guy. I'm 30 years old. My computer's right here. I got a laptop too, but it's not me. But everything I just told you, I believe to be the truth. All right. And there's nobody that you can call to verify this shit. Okay. Sort of like the elections. Oh, the elections are rigged. Well, that's what I believe too. Not that we're going to go down the rabbit hole today, but it's like, who do you call to verify that? I don't know. But if it wasn't rigged, okay, think about that. If it wasn't rigged, could I do this? And be right more times than wrong? I mean, it's in the Discord. That's the thing, you know? And again, not to brag too much, but like if I wasn't right, people wouldn't stay. If what I teach you guys and the way that I trade, and there's a lot of people that trade this way too, it's not just me. Okay? This is just how markets operate. If I didn't know what I was doing, if I couldn't predict price, or if the things that I taught didn't work, nobody would stay. There would be no gold snipers. How many gold snipers you see in the chat? There's a shit ton of them. Because people recognize this is how this shit works. This is exactly how it works. So anyway, I didn't have today's lesson plan lined out. I always freestyle these things, but it's just the same things over and over again. Okay? How do we make this high right here? Remember, I don't want to say his name because I don't know if he wants his name out there, but I'm talking to him like I am. Okay? Remember, bro, what time frames did I tell you to look at? Daily, 1 hour, 15, 5, and 1, right? Look at this 15-minute time frame right here. You see anything in here? You see anything in this price leg? Well, you might. You might look at this lack of wick and be like, whoa, what is that? I don't know what to do with that. Okay, don't worry about it. Remember that 3-bar candle formation I told you about in the beginner series? That's an imbalance, right? So this candle's low is the high end. This candle's high is the low end. Dun da da dun. Ooh, spooky. Spooky shit. It just so happens to hit that imbalance a little bit and then rolls right to where? The 41,231 that I told you about earlier on the stream. Oh my God. Man, I wonder how this feels to watch this, bro. I wonder how that fucking feels. Because I don't know. Because I didn't have people that were like this. I didn't have somebody that was, and again, I hate to sound like an asshole, but I didn't have somebody that was this fucking precise to tell me what price was going to do before it even formed like that. Because remember, I tweeted in here, and then we made the high, and then we got the bearish order flow. All the way down to the lows, the lowest of the low. We did have to retrace first. What's right here? What's right here? Man, John, how did you know it was going to go down to that last low? Well, I didn't, but there's a little bit more confluence because we have what? Another set of low resistant lows. Oh man, these low resistant lows are everywhere. The market is abundant, my friend. The market's abundant. And the reason that I want you to study these things, the low resistant lows, the low resistant highs, is because you're going to see how many there are. There's a lot of them. Okay? There's a lot of them. So if you understand that, what's going to happen is, sidebar, what's going to happen is if you don't understand it, you're going to start looking for setups. You're going to start saying, oh yeah, this is low resistant highs and this is high resistant lows, so this should trade higher. And then you're going to watch it trade higher. At a certain point, you're going to be right. And you're going to watch it trade higher. And then you're going to look at that and you're going to be like, fuck, why didn't I buy it? Why didn't I trade it? And then you're going to do this shit. Don't do this, but you're going to do it anyway. You're going to go in there and you're going to mark it up. And you're going to be like, well, fuck me, dude. You're going to be like, man, there was this imbalance in here, right? There was an imbalance in here. And I figured I could long that, but I didn't do it. Or I kind of doubted myself. And then it went to the highs. Man, I would have made $500 on that trade. I would have made $1,000 on that trade. Don't do that to yourself. You're going to do it. I'm telling you not to, but we all do it. Okay. Just like the other day when I said, yeah, Nasdaq fucking $2,000 coffee, because I missed the trade, even though I called it out too. I missed it, right? I missed out on thousands of dollars. But it's just laughable. I mean, the first time you miss $1,000 trade, I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna fuck you up. You're gonna be upset, okay? But after many, many years of doing this, you're not gonna try and chase every single setup. Okay, this isn't the club. We're not trying to run out and chase every single tail that we can get. All right, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to find some loyalty. All right, good luck with that. We're trying to find some good setups. You only need one good setup or maybe two good setups a week, and you can make really, really good money. Okay, and that's all you need. One setup, maybe two or three. It's only Monday. And you already saw a couple of different setups today. Okay? So hopefully now you know what to do. You know what to look for. You know what to back test. You know you should be taking screenshots. A folder on your computer or Notion or PowerPoint or Word document. It does not matter. Or you can print charts too. But, you know, I would say don't print charts until you're live trading, probably. But if you want to print charts, you can. It's just ink's always expensive, and the economy right now is dog shit. And if you don't have the money, it's okay. Don't do it. But the electronic side is free. Okay, so you can take as many electronic charts as you want, but study with a purpose. Okay, study with a real purpose. Okay. Now, for the rest of you who are here, and I'll get to the chat in a minute. For the rest of you that are here, I want to walk you through, because I didn't do this yet. How did I know that ES was likely to take the highs? Right? I told you that this morning. I said, yeah. But what did I say? I don't remember specifically, but I did say that ES had highs. And matter of fact, I need to check real quick because it's not going to make sense if I don't do this correctly. And I don't even remember which chat I put it in. It might have been in general chat. I lied. Okay. This is in the chat. It was at 8:19. I cannot lie. It's 8:19. All right. Go in the Discord. You can look at it. I said, I would say ES might be more likely to reach the highs than NQ. Nasdaq looks weak. Nasdaq skip leg day, LOL, you know, kind of thing. So let's investigate. 8:19. Where's that? 8:19. It's very late, obviously, but 8:19 is right there. It's right there. Right? Why would I do that? Because, check this out. When we look at the market, or when I look at the markets, right? I told you earlier today that I'm looking for low resistant lows or low resistant highs, right? The four thing, and the equal lows or equal highs, right? So although I just got done speaking for like an hour almost about the lows today on Dow, the multiple low, we had like 5 or 6 sets of lows. It's just printing lows all over the place. But before all that, ES had low resistant highs. So we traded off of that. We rallied. We retraced. Okay. Some of you might have missed this, and it's okay if you did. It's okay if you did. Don't beat yourself up about it. But that retracement here, okay, there's some lows right here. There's an imbalance here too, but there's also a gap right there. Okay. There's a gap right there. Now, don't get me wrong. What I'm not telling you is that this was longable. Personally, I think it was. But I didn't long that. But remember what I just told you about imbalances, right? How do I know which imbalance to use, man? Fuck. I always get it wrong. Remember, let's go back before I show you. Because now I got to be like, I told you, right? I told you so. This imbalance up here, I told you it was on the way. Remember that arrow? I said it was forming on the way. Man, fuck, it's not right. It's forming on the way to the lows. That's a wick, sorry. The lows, right? Forming on the way to the lows. Now watch this. Try not to shit yourself. I told you you're going to learn some shit today. What's this right here? You see this formation? Remember in the video? Remember the video? It's a 3 candle formation and they print everywhere, but it's specific ones. And what's the imbalance? I don't mark it with lines. I just mark it with a box. It's from this candle's high. That's the low end. And this candle's low, which is the high end, right? So what did we do? We traded into that perfectly. We dilly-dallied around because now it's getting ready for equities open. What's equities open do? It trades lower, right? But what's it respecting? What's it respecting? This imbalance. Then what does it launch for? The very levels I told you beforehand. Well, I didn't say which level it was, but I said highs. And if you're looking at a chart and you can't see highs, then you are beyond the scope of my help. Okay? And that's for all of you. If I say there's highs and you can't see that, okay, trading might not be for you, okay? But for everybody else, there's triple highs at that point, almost, okay? There's a bunch of highs here, and it's respecting that imbalance, and it launches right for the liquidity that's sitting here, okay? Yeah. That's what that looks like. Shift in price delivery here. See that gap in this up candle right there? What's that right there, chat? What's all the way over here, chat? Equal lows. Low resistance lows, actually. 56.32. What did we gun for? Oh, shit, John. Oh, man, you're telling me we took liquidity, shifted in price delivery, and then hit that up candle and gap to go lower? Yeah, baby. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, John, that was hidden in there, though. Man, no, dude, this is bullshit, man. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. That's ass. You suck, John. Really? Because you didn't look at regular trading hours, did you, buddy? You didn't look at regular trading hours again. Don't blame me for it. Regular trading hours had it right there, staring at you in the fucking face from Friday. Hot damn. You're right, John. They're sitting right there. They're sitting right there, aren't they? Yes, they are. What do we take at our equities open? Not just the low, or excuse me, not just the highs on the future side, but what are these right here? Oh, shit. Friday's high and then Thursday's high as well together make low resistant highs. You didn't look at equities open, did you? I mean, you didn't look at regular trading hours and equities, did you? Nope. You neglected it, and that's why you missed it. Because it's hidden back there. You got to look all through London and all through Sunday evening, and they're hidden back there, and you didn't see it because you got to switch to regular trading hours. I've been telling you guys that. So guess what? And I don't know if Malik is on here. I was tweeting at him earlier today. I told him to look at SPY. I said, look at the lows on SPY. And they're there too. What did we reach for? Those lows. What did we reach for first? The highs. right? The market trades from what to what, chat? Liquidity to liquidity. Ah, so difficult, John. So difficult. The markets are so hard. I don't know what to do. You know what to do. Literally, you know what to do. So, and we're still ripping ass. I should have sold all my stock this morning, huh? I should have been like, yeah, we're going to short. I should sell everything. Panic sell, right? I'm not even going to bother with the triple Qs. But that pretty much covers it. Okay? Nasdaq, horrible. Much lower. ES, I just got done explaining all that. And then the Dow Jones is lower as well. All started with that gap up here, bearish order flow with a bunch of lows. It's not difficult. Trading is hard. Number one, because most people get the wrong information. They get the indicators and all that kind of shit, and the markets steamroll them every time. 9 times out of 10, they get steamrolled. The markets, once you understand how they operate, okay, the next thing, the biggest battle in trading is not going to be the markets, it's going to be yourself. So you're going to think, oh my God, this is a really good setup. John tweeted, I see it. Man, this is I'm really about to pass a funded challenge. I'm about to pay my rent. I'm about to do all this. I'm about to go fucking just do dumb shit with all this money. You know, let me put the house on a trade. And that might work sometimes, but eventually that's not going to work out. So you always have to manage the risk. And if you don't, you will get raped, okay? You will get absolutely destroyed if you do not respect the risk. And it doesn't matter how clean the setup is. It doesn't matter, oh man, if I don't pass now, I'm gonna have to pay for another month of Top Step. Then pay for another fucking month. What's $49 or $100 or $100, even $150? The fuck is $150 in the grand scheme of your trading career? You cannot sacrifice what could be the potential in the long run because you want to be a dumbass in the short run. And I'm speaking as if I was speaking to myself a long time ago. You could grow accounts over a long period of time. And if you over leverage in the short run, you will fuck that up. If you try to trade without a stop loss, you will fuck that up. Okay? Or if you try to take a dozen trades, you know, trying to get the best entry before going lower, you're going to screw it up. You have to be patient. There's 2 aspects to patience that I think a lot of people miss. I missed it for a very, very, very long time. And sometimes I still miss it too. And Dow's probably going to continue lower because that's not really a stop run all that much. So this will probably continue to sell off. There's 2 aspects to the patience in trading. Number 1 is the patience to wait for a setup. And that's hard because if you're going to watch indices like I do and trade them like I do, the equities open is going to be exciting because the 1-minute charts are going to start moving fast. Just relax and calm down. So you got to wait for the setup. You might wait an hour. You might wait 2 hours. You might wait a whole day and not take a trade. Don't be fearful of that. Don't be upset about that. Man, I'm wasting my time. No, you're not. Number 2, if you're able to have the patience to wait for a setup, cool. If you have the conviction to take the setup, cool. When you're in a trade, that is a whole different level of patience. Because now you're going to be focused on the market and you're not going to be able to do other shit. Let's go out to eat. No. I'm in a trade right now. Hold on. Hold on. I'm in a trade. We can't do shit. We got to wait. I got to see what happens. Or you're going to start looking at it like, oh man, hurry up. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. It's fluctuating. I'm up $10. I'm down $10. Like, what's going on? And it's going to be a lot. There's 3 pillars to trading for trading success. Okay. There's only 3. There's 3 and that's it. Okay. And yes, there's a video on this too. I have almost 700 videos. I got a video on every fucking thing you can imagine. Okay. There is 3 pillars to trading success. What we went over today was pretty much one of them, which is the strategy side. To put you on the right side of the market. That's one. Okay. The second one, right? Technical analysis. The second one is risk management, money management. You can have the best strategy in the world. You could do the shit that I do. But if your losses are blowing you up, you're not going to make it. And it's not going to go well for you. You're going to lose the challenge. You're not going to make money. And you're going to think that I'm a fraud or whatever. You're going to blame whoever you want. And it's not going to look good. So the first is your strategy. Okay. The second is risk management. That's your money management. Small losses, big wins. And the third thing, the third and final thing is the psychology side. It's the psychology to not exit trades early or to not hold on too long because you're greedy. The psychology not to overtrade, or the psychology for the patience aspect of it. You got to hold winners and cut losers, and that's hard to do. You might think, oh yeah, no, I can do that. I can do that. That sounds easy enough. Well, fuck, being in the NBA sounds easy enough too. Oh yeah, just put the ball in the hole. That's it. There's a lot that goes into being a professional at anything. Professional basketball, professional trading, professional doctor, whatever. You can't just go up against LeBron and expect to not get your ass kicked. You know what I mean? There's a lot that goes into it. Even though it's very, very simple. Yeah, put the ball in the hole. Bro, there's so much to this. But those are the 3 primary things. Your trading, if this was a house, okay, we'll do some Microsoft Paint here, okay? If this was a little house, right? Or like a Coliseum or some shit, like, you see that? Bob Ross would be proud, okay? Look at this shit. Our little house. There's your trading career. If one of these pillars, let's say, gets removed, your whole house is done. You're done. You're fucking done. It's gone. Okay? It's like a tripod. You need all 3. You can't have 2. Your strategy, your risk management, money management, and your psychology side. With all 3, you'll succeed. Lose one of them and you're fucked. You can write that down if you want, but that's what you need. Okay? So that's how I told you. That's why I told you that ES was more likely to go for the highs, because it was a lot closer to the highs, and NQ was dog shit. Wasn't even close to the highs. NQ was ass water. ES was stronger, so that's why I said that. And that was a scalping idea pre-market, pre-equities at least. Okay? Did a bunch of stuff on the Dow Jones already. I'm not going to go through all that again. The overview and everything. You know what to look for. You know what to backtest and study. You know that you should be printing charts and all that kind of stuff. And I think this is a pretty good introduction into, you know, the next steps as a trader. So I've done the free videos, the free beginners course. I'm not done with that, by the way. There's going to be more videos coming, but they're beginner videos. They're not going to be like this, right? This stuff right here is very, very advanced. The shift in price delivery, the inversions, the gaps, it's a lot to a beginner. Trust me, I know. Relative strength and all that, it's a lot to a beginner. It's a new language. It's a chart with more charts on it and all these lines and boxes and little drawings in here. It's a lot, but you get used to it. If you didn't, I wouldn't have dozens of people that got funded. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody would stay. Nobody would have gotten funded. I'd get like 3 viewers and that's it. And it just wouldn't work. But this community, the way that I set it up, with the things that I teach, and hopefully the way that I teach is beneficial too, but the things that I teach and the way that I set up this community, I set it up for success, and students are being successful. So I can't promise success, but I think you're in a pretty good place. What do you think, chat? What do you guys think? What would the chat say? And the chat's member only right now. And some of you watching might not be in the chat because you're not a member yet, and that's okay. You know, buy a membership. No, I'll play it. What would the chat say? All the members in the chat, what would you say to people who are not members yet? What would you say to them? Would you say to join? Would you say to wait 6 months and then join? What would you tell a brand new person or someone that might be thinking about joining a community or learning how to trade? What would you tell them, chat? What would you tell them? Grauberg, I know I'm way late. I'm like 45 minutes late on your question, but indices are bearish. I'm not bullish at all. I'm not bullish at all. And thank you, Natasha. They are a game changer about the low resistant highs and low resistant lows and equal highs and equal lows. Because that's how liquidity is built or liquidity swept. Mostly. Convicted capitalists, their imbalances are tricky because you'll have some that might not be met halfway. That's a signature of weakness, by the way. Right? Been over that before. And then sometimes you'll have imbalances that get filled in all the way, like this one. I got filled in all the way, but the bodies are respecting halfway. Because remember, the bodies were respecting the inversion as well. But the ones that barely get traded into like this, that's very weak. That's a very weak market. Oh, we went higher instead. That's great. Divergence there with ES. That might be kind of a reason why. Yeah, look at ES, dog shit. Nasdaq is dog shit too, but yeah, there's a little divergence down here between the two. See that lower ES right there? That probably played a contributing factor, but anyway. And thank you, Stephanie. I don't know what story I was telling you 30 minutes ago, but I appreciate it. Saying where price will go prior to it going there live is one of the biggest flex you could do. Oh, yeah. Way better than my old mentor. Bro, a lot of these people out here aren't even mentors. The only mentor that they are in that aspect is a title. It's just a title, right? And you know what John Maxwell says about that? Title is the lowest level of leadership. I'm a mentor. Yeah, okay. Because you're on a flyer. How many people have you gotten funded? How many millions do you guys have in funded? I don't even want to get into it. I don't even want to get into it. I was in the MLM industry for a long time, you know, so, you know, they say, oh, you know, don't bite the hand that feeds or whatever. Well, fuck them. How about that? Fuck them. Respectfully. Felix says, bye. Naruto says, SMS community is the best trading community I've ever been. Personally, thank you for that. Willow says, not sure what they're waiting for. A 10-point trade on ES will pay that sub 20 times over. You're right about that. You're right about that. I probably, this is C Trades. I probably would have already quit if I wouldn't have joined your community. I think that says it all. Bam. The worth of it is 100x from George. Bam. Hakeem. Oh, buddy, I don't know your last name, but I know Hakeem. Welcome to the membership. Drop a celebration emoji, aka the birthday emoji, for Hakeem, our newest SMS member. Welcome. Make sure to join the Discord user settings. Go to connections, and then go to there's a list of like YouTube and Instagram and Spotify and all kind of shit. Go to the YouTube part and then sign in to the YouTube channel that you just signed up with. That will get you in the Discord, my friends. Eli says, you guys are missing out. Most of here spent thousands. Oh, yeah, a lot. Well, yeah, I don't want to get into the MLM industry, but a lot of you guys did spend thousands of dollars on education just to get a portion of what you guys received here for free. And I didn't tell you guys to, you know, it wasn't like before the stream I said, hey guys, I'm gonna go over 20 minutes past the hour and then ask you, you know, what you guys think. You know, make sure to say something nice. Y'all can say whatever you want. If you think the membership sucks, you can put that it sucks. You can, oh yeah, it's overpriced, bro. Fucking $25 a month. Waste of money. You're allowed to say that. It's an open chat. You know, I'm not typing shit up. It's whatever you guys have to say about it. Because I stand on that. I absolutely stand on that. Because I know what you guys have been learning. And I know you guys have been getting funded. So there's no way that you'd be like, oh, this community sucks. Unless making money sucks. Oh, man, I'm so mad at John. I'm fucking so mad I'm making money. So. All the way from Belgium. Yeah, I've had previous students from Belgium, actually. So a lot from that side of the world. So welcome. We are worldwide, baby. Worldwide. Natasha said John is like the Lambos of trading. He doesn't need to advertise to convince you to buy. He is the shit. So many mentors flex with their new cars and shit, and they're actually shit. Thanks, Natasha. Yeah, all that course money going into cars. But I'm not going to go into that, dude. 3 lower lows on ES. I'm not going to go into that. You know, if you gotta spend $1 million to make $1 million, like, did you really make $1 million? You know what I mean? I don't know. But anyway, before I start talking a bunch of shit, this was a long stream. But I want to make sure you guys get value. I want to make sure my buddy of mine gets value as well. So I'm going to tell him, like, you only got to watch the first hour. I was like bullshit in the last 30 minutes. But yeah, that's going to be it, man. So y'all be good. Y'all be blessed. We will be here same time, same place tomorrow on Tuesday, August 27th. Be good, chat. And I'll see you then.
Life is a joke, searching for meaning in things that are fleeting. It feels like a hoax. Look to the sky and pray for result. Ask for more power before I default. Indulging in things that will harm me at all. Something please free me or else I will fall. I feel the right, close down my back. I feel the war, make a mistake. I feel my purpose and wonders. I'm proud of my curses and making it out of escape. I don't wanna fight with nobody that's right. I don't wanna fight with nobody that's left. I just wanna dance everybody that's wrong. The ones with the greed embedded in the loss. I'm not a photographer, but I be naming my shots at a pause. I make them say cheese. If you're so faded from righteous, just stuck on the sins. I love watching them motherfucking bleed. Don't wanna be wrong, fucking that wanna be nothing. And like all the bitch you read. Pussy ass boy, wanna fuck with you clean. Wanna fuck with the police before you get hit. Headed to the final, let the anguish train the fires. Scream for the sun, death before dishonor. Headed to the final, let the anguish turn to violence. Scream for the silent, death before dishonor. Headed to Nirvana, let the anguish turn to violence. I scream for the silent, death before dishonor. Headed to Nirvana, let the anguish turn to violence. I struggle with love myself in my face, suppressing my hate, suppressing my rage. Look at my childhood, man, what a waste. Should've been sheltered, instead I was born. Everyone was war, always torn every place. Feel like to nirvana, let the anguish turn to violence. I scream for the silent, death before dishonor. Headed to nirvana, let the anguish turn to violence. I scream for the silent, death before dishonor. Headed to nirvana, let the anguish turn to violence.